Hello and welcome. This video is for all of you out there who might be losing YouTube TV on Roku. This video is brought to you by thestreamingadvisor.com. Tailor your entertainment with streaming. And like I said, what we're talking about here is the possibility that YouTube TV will be knocked off of Roku-powered televisions as well as your Roku devices if things are not worked out between Roku and Google. There's a whole lot of different things in the pipeline as far as the reasons behind the problems. Roku says that it's due to demands from Google, that they prioritize Google results in its searches as well as control what happens with the data that is gathered from using apps on the Roku. Google contends that it's not that. But regardless, if something happens to this service, the people who are really going to lose out is the customers. But the thing is that even if you do lose it on Roku, there's a good chance you have another way to get it. First of all, TVs. LG TVs have a lot of apps on them, including the YouTube TV app. So if you happen to be an LG TV owner, but you've been using the Roku primarily for the apps, that's fine, because you can jump in and use its own apps. Another app platform that has a lot of apps, including YouTube TV, is Samsung TVs. Samsung Smart TVs using Tizen have the YouTube TV app. So if your TV has Samsung, go ahead and hit the home button. Make sure you're signed into your Samsung account and check it out. You can add YouTube TV in there. I mean, even if you use Roku for everything else you're using, you got it. Vizio is another company you see right here. It even shows YouTube TV in its little demo image. Might not be listed here with the feature smart apps, but that's not a problem. Just jump into the App Store. Devices. Amazon, of course, would be the cheapest way to add YouTube TV to your channels if you don't have it through your television already. So if you have to add a new device, Amazon starts at $29.99 for the Fire Stick Lite. And of course, just like in the other case, if you never thought about it, you might have an Amazon TV or an Amazon OS powered television. If you have an Insignia TV Element, I believe Westinghouse had a model, and if you have one of those and yet have been using Roku as your main app source, again, go to the App Store and check it out. The Chromecast with Google TV has a full app store. Of course, the Google Chromecast with Google TV is going to have a Google-owned television option. But just in case you didn't know, that is the case. YouTube TV is on the Google Chromecast. Those run at $49.99. Apple TV is more of a bigger purchase. You might already have an Apple TV. Somebody might have even given it to you for Christmas. A lot of these things, people will have one extra. They've kept it in their drawer all this time, never thought about it. But the Apple TV is a pretty nice operating system, actually. It's all contained in the box. They got themselves a new controller and 4K. So if you want to check that out, they're $179 and $199, depending on whether you want the one with extra memory. You don't need it as far as normal streaming. But if you already have Apple products and like them, it's a great way to go. Xbox and PlayStation. You very well may have an Xbox plugged into your TV right now that you use for all of your favorite games and online gaming and all of that interactive stuff, but you might not have realized that it has a ton of apps, including YouTube TV. If you have an Xbox, you're not without YouTube TV, so you can just check that out. PlayStation as well. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. We're talking big app stores, including YouTube TV as a choice. Again, this is not something where I would say, oh, your Roku Express doesn't have YouTube TV anymore. Why don't you go out and buy a $450 game system? But just like with the TVs, you might already have something like this in your home and just didn't think about it because in general you're using it for games. You might not have even ever opened up the App Store. But the truth is that because Google is so omnipresent, it's almost everywhere. So if you are going to end up stuck without YouTube TV on your Roku, take a look at what you've got around the house. Take a look at what you've already got plugged into your TV. And I think you might be happy to know that you're not so lost without it. Now, I would totally not be doing my job if I didn't point out that every television that has Android TV as its operating system also has YouTube TV. Just like the Google Chromecast with Google TV, the Android TV operating system totally supports YouTube TV. So if you have a Hisense model that has Android TV, or a Sony, or many other systems that just have Android already built in, fear not, YouTube TV is still an option for you. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please subscribe, share this with your friends. As always, I'm Ryan Downey, the streaming advisor. Stream on, my friends.